Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. This is the second video about class plans. This is the second class plan that I'm going to explain. In this video, I'm going to talk about the topic, have you ever been on a touristic place in Ecuador? And we are going to use some grammar of the present tense. Present perfect tense, and will be working with the students of second year of the high school. They already have a level of B1.1, so they know a lot of this structure. We want to relate this knowledge with touristic places in Ecuador and being involved on what their countries can offer. So first one, we are going to talk about some of the objectives that we have in this class plan. First of these are that they will be able to understand in a simple conversation the names of touristic places in Ecuador, and in a speaking skill they will be able to express how are these places. They can give an opinion, they can give a suggestion to other people. In a reading way, they will be able to understand when they are talking about a touristic place using present perfect structure, and they are talking about our country Ecuador. And in writing, they will be able to write a paragraph where they describe the place where they go, or maybe the place they want to visit, but always trying to be very detailing with all the things of the touristic place. For this class, some of the methodologies and the strategies that we are going to use are the same as the last class plan. They are the community language teaching, audiolingual method, the ERCA method, and also we are going to use sorting activities with some sentences to make them understand the different structure in Spanish and how it works in English. So in this case, some strategies that we are going to use is to work with all the class as a group to solve some doubts, and also work in pairs and work alone. So we are going to use ICT technology to make them to understand and know some places of Ecuador that maybe they don't know. And also we are going to use targets with some sentences strips where they are going to unscramble them, order, and we are going to show them the correct way and why it's different of a Spanish form. So first of all, we are going to make an anticipatory set here in this year. And as we know, maybe when the students grow up, they lose that way of being always motivated and active in a class. So we are going to make the game move it on. In this game, the teacher will say them some verbs, action verbs specifically, where they have to make they have to represent this verb. In this case, I say play. They have to make some gestual way this verb. In this case, I say that is play. I begin to do this. That means that I play in basketball. And in the case I say dance, they begin to dance wherever they want. Speak, they begin to speak. But the object of this game that they have to only to use mimes. In this case, they can talk, but they can use their hands, their body, their face to express the word that the teacher is saying. So in this case, the students that makes the better will have extra points, and this is very useful and helps the teacher to maintain the attention and the students' motivation, because they want some of a prize for what they do. Talking about the main teaching input, we are going to focus one more time in the ERCA method that we use in this class. So the first thing that we are going to make is the experience. we are going to talk about with the students about what touristic places they know, they visit, and which one of these they want to go. So with this knowledge we try to understand what level of English and way to express they have. So they will give us some ideas of places. We are going to ask them where these places are located. In the case I say, where is the Basilica Church? And they say it is in Quito, but in what part of Quito? In the north, in the south, in the center, and we make them to use more vocabulary. In the reflection, we are going to show them a video made by a tourist. This is a person, a foreign person. So we ask a video of 10 touristic places in Ecuador. We have Otavalo, we have Quito, we have Guayaquil, we have Quinaloa Lagoon, we have Devil Nose, we have some places, and some of them the students don't know where they are. Most location, because maybe they know the names of these touristic places but not where are they located. So in this case we begin to ask the students, have you ever been in Basilica Church? Have you ever been on Devil's Nose? And we try to watch how they answer this type of questions to know the level of them. So in this case, to make them to understand, we are going to make an error. In this case, I will say, have you ever been on Basilica Church? I will say, have you ever been on Church Basilica? And ask them if how I told is correct. Some students will say that is correct, others will say that sounds strange, others will say that they think that is bad because it's not the correct structure. And here we are going to use in the conceptualization some sentences strip and sorting activities using targets of sentences of a sentence, and we are going to show them putting in the board all these parts, all the parts of the sentences, and make them to watch in the wrong way. In this case, have you ever been on Church Basilica? And ask for someone that change something to make the sentences have sense. One student went to the board and he moved the two final words and put Basilica Church. So here we began to explain that some proper nouns change in English are not in the same that in Spanish, how we talk in Spanish, and even the structure and the way that a question is formed differ of the Spanish version. So in this case, to apply what they know about touristic place and how to make a sentences in a correct way, we are going to give all of them a sentence strip with a question that begin with have you ever and a touristic place. Each group will have a different place, so they will have to make groups of 4 or 5 depending of the number of the students. And in the class they will be unscramble and order the sentences, and they have to answer and also complete with extra information about that place. In this case, the students will know something, even the most little, about this place. In the case that the students don't know, we are going to help them, giving some instruction, some ideas, or maybe permitting them to watch a video about that place or investigate it on internet. In this case, they will to form a paragraph explaining the place that they have in their sentences strip, and they have to work in a postcard in a way that this appear like a poster. In this case, this is they got practice where they have the help of the teacher if they need to create a paragraph that have a correct structure, that have some parts that paragraph content, and they have to put it is in a postcard. We are going to give the students some piece of paper, some markers, some color pencils, and they begin to create first the paragraph, put as a letter to other person, with a drawing, with a picture, and these are going to give to other group. When they do this, the other group have to read it, have to try to understand it, and they have to give to the teacher to put the score. So in this case, they work the touristic place, they know about the diversity that we have in our country, and also use the structure of present tense, and they use in their paragraph this structure only in positive form, because they are beginning to watch. We need other classes to make them understand the other parts. Finally, as a homework, we send them some sentences of touristic places, and they have to transform in present tense and write as a review, a summary of that place, of a place that they like a lot or they visit. We use it here, supplementary material, as the sorting activities that are very useful to make the students understand the difference between the structure in Spanish and in English, and also the videos. The videos are very interesting to use with the students because they watch, they can have as a concrete material, because we can go out and show them how are these touristic places, but they can travel by internet and by videos. This is all about this second class plan. As I told you in the last video, the supplementary material will be at the end of this video to watch, and if you need to use, you can do it. Thank you and goodbye.